Hey, welcome into the doctor's office. Are you here for your IQ mind test? Okay, very nice to have you. I'm Dr. Parker. We can start this real quick. What is your name? Really nice to meet you. When's your birthday? Okie dokie. How old are you today? Okay. Do you wear glasses or contact lenses? Are you supposed to wear glasses and contact lenses? Okay. Good. That shouldn't affect this at all. Do you have any medical history that I should know about? Any diseases? Anything wrong with you right now? Anything family related? Okay. Okay, and are you taking any medicines daily? Blood pressure pill, a water pill, vitamins? Okay. A daily vitamin. Is that one specific vitamin or is that like the one a day? Okay. One a day over counter. Okay. Well, it's good to have you here. We've got an assortment of tests that we're going to do. It's going to range from adding to following directions to saying what a picture is to saying out some words. So we'll just go ahead and get started today. The first thing we're going to do is adding. Now I know that these have a multiplication sign on them. I'm going to cover them up. Right now I want you to add them together. So what is 6 plus 6? 12. Good job. Okay, what is 12 plus 8? 20. Great job. You don't have to answer immediately if you need to think about it. What is 2 plus 11? 13. Good job. What is 9 plus 4? Also 13. I thought I might get you there. How about 6 plus 5? That is 11. Good job. 12 plus 7. 19. Okay. We just got 2 more for you. 6 plus 4. That is 10. Good job. And then 12 plus 6. That is 20. Well, you got all of them right on the adding. So now we're going to go back and we're going to do subtracting. So same thing here. You're just going to avoid the multiplication. I'll have that covered up just like I did during the adding. And you tell me what the sum of the subtraction is. What is 6 minus 6? 0. Good job. What about 12 minus 8? 4 is correct. What about 2 minus 11? Yeah, we're going to get harder. We're going to negatives. Yep, negative 9. minus 5? What about 4 minus 11? That is negative 7. Good job. What about 11 minus 5? That is 6. How about 6 minus 0? Yes, that is still 6. And then 12 minus 3. Yep, that is 9. Good job. Okay, now we're going to get to the fun stuff. We get to do multiplication. This one might take you a little bit longer. That's fine. We're not going off of how fast you can get it done. We just need the correct answers. So, if you can tell me the correct answers, then maybe we'll get somewhere. Can you tell me 12 times 6? That is correct. It is 72. What about 6 times 4? 24. Good job. Okay, how about we do 11 times 5? Yes, 55 is the correct answer. What about 4 times 11? 44. That is correct. What about 8 times 12? Yeah, that's a big number. Still double digits. That is 96. You must have liked math in school. What is 6 times 6? 36. Great job. What is 6 times 3? Would be 18. And then lastly, what is 12 times 5? It is 60. Good job. You got every math question correct. That is not very common, so you are one smart cookie. Now the next thing I need you to do is we have these cards that have pictures on them. I'm going to shuffle these cards up. And I need you to tell me what picture you were looking at. Can you tell me what that is? That is a guitar. You are correct. Now, can you tell me what this is? It flies in the air with a string. What could that be? That is a kite. Good job. You might give this to a teacher in the morning when you get to school. What could that be? That is an apple. Good job. What is this? A train. I'm not getting anything past you, but I might get this past you. What is this? It is a musical instrument. You use a mallet to play it, and it ranges all different tones with every key that you hit. It's not a piano. I'll give you a hint. It starts with an X. It sort of sounds like it starts with a Z. Yeah, it's a xylophone. Great job. What is that? A wagon. You're too good at this. What would that be? A safety man might wear this when he's walking around a plant so you could see him. That is a reflective vest. What is this? You would crack it in the morning and eat it for breakfast. Yes, that is an egg. Then the last one we're going to do. What is this? That is correct. That is a dime. Well, you're just doing too good at this. Your IQ might be too high, some would say. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is I need you to identify some letters for me. We're shuffling these letters up so they're not in order. There's no particular order that they're going to be in. First letter. That is correct. That is a W. That is a V. T is correct. E, yes. So this is a D, not a B, but it is mirrored for you, so I can see why it would look that way. But that is the dime. But I'm going to give it to you because it is mirrored. But just be aware, that's how that goes. A U, great job. C, yep. What's a word that comes to mind when you think of the letter C? Cat, great job. That is an X. K as in kite. Good job. Only a few more left. That is an A. Great job. B. What word comes to mind when you're thinking of B? B is for ball. Correct. Your last letter. G. Now, good job. I couldn't do any better at this than you are. And I'm the man giving the test, so set these cards back to the side right there. The next thing we're going to do is I have these flashcards that have words on them. You're going to tell me what the words are. We're going to shuffle them up. So they're not in any particular order. They're not going in alphabetical order or anything like that. What is that word? Than. Good job. What is that word? Make. Sweet. What is that word? Some. Can you use it in a sentence? I thought I had you there. You might be the one who needs to be giving me this test. What is that word right there? and when and where that joke might fly over your head. What is that word right there? At. Great job. First. Water. Has. Good job. This. That is time. Good job. What is that one? We're. This one. Like. And the last one. What is that word? Called. I mean, that is wonderful. Okay. So next up, I just need you to shut your eyes for me. And we're going to do a quick sharp and dull test on you. Which means I'm going to rub your face and you tell me if it's a sharp object or a dull object touching your face. So close those eyes real quick. What is this? Sharp. Good job. What about this? That is dull. What about this? Dull again, okay. What about this? That one is sharp. Last time. That was dull. Pass the sharp and dull test. You can open your eyes now. The last thing I'm going to have you do is I have two pens here. One of them is a lemon. The other is the strawberry. I need you to focus on the strawberry and don't pay any attention to the lemon. Okay, now I need you to focus on the lemon and don't pay any attention to the strawberry. Okay, now can you tell me which one's closer to you? Good job. Can you tell me which one's closer to you? Good job. Can you tell me which one's closer to you? Good job. Can you tell me which one's closer to you? I tried to get you there. It was a tie. You got it. The last test we're going to do is the finger test. I need you to tell me how many fingers I'm holding up. 2. Good job. How about now? 5. Good job. How about now? 10. Good job. How about now? 4. Good job. How about now? 3. Great job. Well, you passed everything with flying colors. I would have to give you a 138 IQ. That might not sound like a lot, but by golly, you're as smart as Einstein. I want to thank you for coming in, and if you ever need your IQ tested again, you know where to come, and I'll be right here. I'll see you next time.